guys, today's video we're going to be talking about another option which is called DryRun. And what DryRun technically does, or maybe it will be an alternative option to the TPS that I covered in my last video, will be the difference, and also when would I use TPS versus a DryRun. DryRun technically it's something that I would use when I have a very long cutting cycle. Let's call it an hour, 2 hours, you're already 20-30 minutes in, for example, and then maybe you need to modify a program or your tool went out, and instead of using a TPS, let's say you hit the reset, and now you have to start all over. So what that does is it's gonna help you to get to the point where you want to be. So I have a program that I've made. It's just a blank program. It's gonna be a larger part. Let me see. There's the change. Okay. Ooh, gotta go a little bit bigger. 1.5. All right. So this is the part. As you see, it's pretty long. Just to show it to you, we're cutting from 9 inches down to 2 inches, and we're cutting 10 inches deep. So a lot of materials to remove, right? That's gonna be a long cycle. Okay, and as you see, the cycle is set for about 2 hours and 42 minutes. So this will be a great choice for something like DryRun. And what DryRun pretty much does is so what Dry technically does is where let's say you're gonna start a cycle. So in this instance, we're on memory, right? I'm gonna start the OD turning, and now we're cutting air because half of the material is already removed. What's gonna allow us to actually cut very, very quick. So as we see over here, this is gonna be our knob for a feed rate. So obviously with the feed rate, it's gonna go from 100%. I mean, you can go from 0 to up to 200%, right? 200% is max. If your feed rate is set to 10,000, the maximum at 200 obviously is gonna be 20,000, right? But that's not gonna be enough. It's only gonna, help you. For example, if you got a 1 hour, already in, that means now it's still gonna take you 30 minutes before you catch up at 200. So once you engage a DryRun, each 10% is actually going to double your cutting speed. And what that's gonna do is, like I said, I mean, you'll see, I'm gonna show it to you, but it's gonna start literally just kind of rapiding instead of feeding. But what it does, it rapids into the part, and then usually when you have a feed, for example, like imagine this part, it feeds, right? It cuts the machine, then it gets off, and then rapids really quick. On DryRun, the way it comes in is the same speed it comes out. So for example, if you do have a 30, 40, 50 inch part, what I usually do is I use a DryRun just to pass through the part. Okay, once it comes out, then I stop it. I'm gonna shut it off, then it rapids quickly if it's a long piece. Then once it's starting, and then I would call it, once it comes in and it starts to feed again, I'm gonna hit the DryRun, I'm gonna rerun it, comes out. Sometimes you might do it a few times, but it beats the hell out of waiting, let's say half an hour or hour, whatever your case is. Now, where are you gonna find it? So this is gonna be a two-hand operation. And what I found was that so Smoothie Matrix, also Nexuses, they have that option. I don't recall on the older models, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. And let me see. So I'm just gonna get it going. Okay, I'm gonna press the start. Let's slow this down. My coolant is off. Okay. So if you go all the way, you hit the soft key. Here are your options. This is the DryRun. Now, DryRun, when you press it, see it doesn't want to stay engaged, but as you're gonna see, the MF1 is blinking. So it's a two-hand operation. You gotta press the MF1, and then you gotta press the DryRun. So let's gonna bring the machine. As you see, it's already moving, and it's showing you it's cutting 1 inch and 380,000 inches per minute. I'm gonna use my MF1 finger. Okay. Before you do that, you actually have to stop, not the whole process. Stop the feed hold. Okay, MF1. Sorry, I'm gonna have to use my middle finger. I got it. Now, you have a message, DryRun, check override dial. Okay. My feed is in 100, but now it's showing me actually the distance is gonna cut, what it's set to. Now, check this out. When it's in the DryRun, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna tell you where am I going. So 100, I'm gonna go all the way to 200, and look at this. Double, triple, quadruple. So now we're just actually doubling the speed instead of adding like 10% to the speed. Okay, I'm gonna get it going. So it's hard for you to see, but same thing, we're at 100, 1.38, right? Now, I'm gonna take this knob and I'm gonna slowly start adding, changing the speed. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. And I'm gonna show you that on the turret. I'm going back to 100 and I'm gonna start adding. As you see, now you can definitely see the machine is moving. So you do couple passes like that, and pretty much it will get you back to the position where you need to be. And then once you're like maybe one pass away, you're pretty close to it. Then all you have to do is on the retract, just put the machine in a stop, press the MF1. Okay, and it says DryRun cancel, check override. Make sure you bring this feed rate back to 100 or you're gonna be cutting much faster than you should. I press start, now it's rapid. It goes down and it goes back to regular position. We're a little bit lower, so now the feed is a little bit faster. But technically that's what the DryRun is for. So it catches it up, like I said, to wherever you've been. Like I said, small parts makes no difference. because if you have a 2-3 minute cycle, this is not going to be that big of a help because you can just rerun it. But on the longer cycles, this is technically a very useful tool. And like I said, just for the demonstration again, to find it, once the machine is going, hold, don't hit the reset or handle, hold so the machine is still spinning. Okay, right soft key, you're gonna use that MF1, press the DryRun, you're gonna get that message, then press start, then you can control your feed with the you can go as far as you're comfortable with, and then once you're done, just press stop, MF1 again, shut it off, and it's gonna go back. And remember, very important, always go back to the 100 feed, or you're gonna be feeding 20,000, let's say, instead of 10, if that's what you set to. Alright guys, hope you find this video helpful, and see you next time.